Good evening, children.
Good evening, ma'am.
Turn on the video, children.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening. Turn on your videos also. Okay, last time we have discussed about the roots, the modification in the roots, how the roots are being actually changed into different forms so that they can support, they can store the food, and also for the climbing and for supporting purposes, right? Now, today we will be discussing about the next part of the plant, which is about the stem. So, like stem is basically the upper part, right? So it is like shoot system, whereas like two systems are there. Root is basically the root system, and shoot one is the upper part above the ground. That is why it is called as the shoot system. Now, this stem will have only the stem, or any other part also will be there on the stem.
Petioles?
Petioles will be there. Apart from that, so many other parts also will be there on the stem.
Ma'am, leaves?
Leaves will be there, right? Leaves, petioles. Apart from that, what else will be there?
Fruits.
Fruits, right? Then flowers, right? So they will have, yeah,
Of leaf.
correct. They will have the leaves, they will have fruits, they have the flowers, they will have the birds, they will have the seeds also. So all these things will be actually, yeah, will be actually bared up by the stem, right? So they will be taken care by the stem only. So it is not like the fruit has a different area where they are starting. They will be on the stem part. The stem will be holding them, and the complete stem will be holded by the roots. Okay, so that is why the stem is basically considered as a major link between the roots and and the rest of the plants, right? So since through the stem only, the rest of the plants and the roots, they are both are getting connected towards each other, right? So that is why the stems are also called as the connecting link between the roots and the other parts of the plant. Now, most of the plants, what happen? Most of the plants, they have the stem growing towards the light. Am I correct? Right? The stem part will be grown where towards the sunlight, right? So have you ever heard the word phototropism? Anytime,
Yes, ma'am.
anywhere, phototropism. What is that?
Ma'am, phototropism is growing towards the sunlight, I believe.
Okay, correct. So basically, when we talk about photo means light, okay, and tropism, tropism, it means the movement. Okay, so movement is tropism and photo means light. And in the case of the plant, the movement of the stem will be towards the light, and that is why that is called as phototropism. Like very good example is sunflower. You might have seen the sunflower. So what happened? The upper part of the sunflower, it starts bending towards sunlight. So wherever the sun is, if it is here, it will be the stem will go this side. If the sun is here, it will go that side. So wherever the sun will be there, the stem part of it, the flower part of the sunflower will start moving towards that side. So such kind of the plant where the movement is towards the light, that is called as phototropism. Fine, so that is the major thing about the stem. And the next thing is the internode and node. I think you are aware what is the node and what is internode, right?
Yes.
So node is basically the place from where the leaves comes out, right? Suppose this is the stem part, okay? This is stem part, and from this stem part, if this leaf is coming out, fine. So this point from where the stem is coming out, that is called as the node. Fine. This is a stem. From this stem, this leaf is coming out, right? So the place where the leaf is attached to that stem, that is called as the node. So like this, so many nodes will be there, right, in a stem, and the distance between those nodes is called as a internode. So the space between, like for example, now here this is the stem. One is here, one node is the second one. In this, the nodes, whatever the space is there, that is called as the internodes. And why these internodes are important?
Ma'am, you
Do
are
you think so? Are they
lagging.
important for the plants? To all I'm liking or only for Adya?
Ma'am, you are lagging, ma'am.
Uh, Bhavesh,
Mom, you're
Neha,
not
and
for me.
I think Adya, the network problem is there in that in
Ma'am,
your side. I
ma'am, for y-
Yeah, tell me.
I think for me also it lagged a bit. A bit.
Okay, because my network are coming properly. I don't know like how it is lagging.
Okay.
Am I audible now, Adya?
Yes, mom.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So the place where the leaves come out from the stem, that is called as a node. And distance between two nodes, it is called as internode. Now, what happens if this distance is not there between the two leaves? Then the leaves will not be able to grow, right? If so many things they are stacked up, so many leaves or branches are stacked up, then what happens? They will not be getting a sufficient amount of the sunlight, right? They will not be getting sufficient amount of that is why they will die. That is where it is important to have the internodes. It is important to have the space in between. Otherwise, the plant will not be able to grow well. Am I clear, children, why the internode is important?
Yes, mom.
Adya and Bhavesh, am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that is why it is important. Now,
Yes, mom.
one more example I can give you, like, if we, so many books we are piling up together, like, one about the other, one about the other, or not books about the papers might be, one about the other papers we are piling up. Then what happened? Maybe tomorrow you have a science exam. You want the chapter, maybe getting to know plants. So will it be tough for you to find it or not? From that piled papers, it will be tough, right? Same way, then you have to take out one paper, you have to take out, you have to just turn on the pages, right? To find out the exact chapter. Same way, the plants also, what they will be doing, they will not be able to get the proper amount of light, breathe, uh, the warmth. That is why they will die. So that's why the nodes, internodes are very important for the plants. Then in the plants, they will have the birds also, right? Birds are basically the smallest part of the flower. Like, when the flower does not bloom, we call them as a
Sir.
birds, right? Have you ever heard the word apical? Apical.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Apical. Anytime? No. Okay. Apical. Neha and Trailokia, have you ever heard the word apical? Apical?
No,
No.
ma'am.
Apical means apex, means at the top, on the top. Okay, so whenever you heard the word apical, it means the apex, which means on the top or at the tip of the stem. So many stems will be there, right? So from those stems, there will be one top part of it. There will be one tip part of that stem, right? Like suppose if I have this pencil in this pencil also there will be one tip. So this tip part is called as the apical part. Okay, in the stem there will be so many the stems comes out, that top part of every stem is called as the apical bird. They will have what? They will have the apical bird. So they are present at the tip of the stem. Now, why these apical birds are present on the tip of the stem? It is because this apical birds, they have the cells to divide. So at that region only, what they have so many other cells which will help them to divide, and they will be able to increase in the height, right? Suppose earlier the size of the stem was only this much. Now what happened? Since I told you at the tip, what will be there? At the tip, it will be the apical bud, right? This apical bud, what do they have? They have the cells which keep on dividing. Now when the cells will divide, initially it was like this. The stem was only this size. But later on, when they keep on dividing, the cells were increasing. Now when the cells are increasing, it means the height of the plant is also getting increased. Am I right or wrong, Neha, Adya, Bhavesh, and Trailokya?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes,
Right?
ma'am.
So that is why, like in us also, in the human body also, you might be knowing, like in the nails also we have the cells. Our whole body has the cells, and that is why when we were small, from the small we have grown up to maybe at the age of 14, 30, 32, and all. So why is it so? It is because of the growth of the cells which happens in our body. Same way, the plants also have the structure at the apical bud, at the tip of the stem, which will be dividing and which is responsible for the growth of that plant or the height increase in the height of that plant. Fine. So that is present only at the tip, not anywhere else. The other part of the stem will have the other type of the cells which will increase in the width, right? Now, it should not only increase in the height, it should also increase in the width, correct? So at the width also, they will have the other types of the cells present there, which will be responsible to increase the number of cells like this. So at the apex, because of the apex, they will be increasing in height because the cells are increasing like this. But because of the other cells, like the lateral cells, the cells will be increasing like this. And that is how, see, in the height it has been increased, in the width also it has been increased. Clear? So that is how the plants will be increasing in the height and the width. Clear, children?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Now, the next one is about the functions, the major function of the stem. The first major function, as you all know, is to keep the plants upright, right? So, if the stem is not there, the plant will not be able to stand upright. So, for that, it is important to have the second thing is the stem will be holding the leaves in position. Now, imagine if no stem, no leaves, because who will be holding them? No one. So that is why it is important that stems holds the leaves in the position. And when the stem holds the leaf in position, what happens? Though those leaves will be able to spread out on whole stem, right? So initially, when the stem is small, maybe only one leaf we will be able to see. But as the stem will increase, what we will be able to see? We will be able to see so many other leaves coming out. So that is how the stem plays a very important role in holding of the leaves in the position and also for spreading out them. Fine, and because of that, the branches also will spread out. And due to this, they will also get the sufficient sunlight. Now, if no stem, no leaves, no sunlight, nothing, no process will be keep on going. So that is how it is important to have them. Then third thing, the roots, they are able to absorb the mineral and water. But though from the roots, who will be transporting the of the water and the minerals to the other parts? The stem, right? So stem will be helping to conduct the water and minerals from the roots to the leaves. So roots they will be giving to the stem and stem will be giving to the other parts of the plant. Then they also carry the food manufacture by the leaves. So you know that photosynthesis process happens where? In the leaves, right? Now, once the food is being prepared in the leaf, that food will be transported to the stem, and then stem will be giving it to the other parts of the plant. Fine. So that is also the reverse process which happens there. And then at last, as like we have learned in the roots also, the modification. The stem will also get modified according to the need or according to the environment they belong to. So I'll be showing you a small activity. First of all, I think you might have done that activity in your maybe small classes and all, which is regarding the conduction of water. So is my screen visible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Is the screen okay? Fine. I'll play this video, and this is about the conduction of water, how the water moves from how the water moves in the stem. But here they have taken the leaf actually, so no problem. That will also work. And at last, you can see they have taken the stem also. So the cells which are responsible for the conduction part that is called as xylem. Zylem.
For this experiment, we need napa cabbage or celery, food color, cups, and water. Prepare your cups and pour water in each cup Then, add few drops of food color. Place each leaf of Napa cabbage in each cup. You can also use a stalk of celery. Observe your experiment. This is after 2 hours. As you can see, the colors started to move up of the stem. And this is after 5 hours. The colors on the leaves become more visible. And last, this one is after 24 hours or on the
See, after 24 hours, the major changes has been happened actually. So in the first jar, it was a blue color, and you can see at the top of all the leaves, the colors are being changed. So the blue has been changed into the blue leaves, the red into the red, the light blue into light blue. So like this, how it happens? It happens because they have a cell called as xylem cell, which help the water to move actually. So if you keep the normal water, no changes will be there. Though the water is also moving, normal water is also moving, but they will not change any color. But what they have done, they have added some of the other food color, and because of that, through the water, that color is also moving along with it, and they are converting them into the different colors.
second day. So, how does this experiment work? Plants have xylem. Xylem is a tube that carries water and
See,
nutrients
you can see
from
the small holes are there, right? They will be responsible to carry the water upwards.
the roots
See,
to the
these are
stem
the xylem cells.
and to the other parts of the plant.
So clear, children, how it works?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So
Yes,
apart
ma'am.
from this, now the other function is also there, which is the modification of stem. So in the roots also the modification was there, like they used to store the food which we are eating basically, like carrot, radish, turnip and all. Then climbing roots are also there, some of them, to give them the support. Same way, in the stem also, what do they have? They have the storage of food. Can you give me any example where the storage of food is being there, like any part of the stem? Any example? where we are eating that stem? What is potato? Potato is what?
It's a
It's an underground stem, correct? Right? Huh?
root, ma'am. Root. It's a
It's
root.
an underground stem. Potato is not a root, it is underground stem. Okay, fine. So don't think like if it is inside that soil, then only it will be root. No, it is not like that. Potato is the underground stem. Fine, and that in that potato, basically that is a stem, like ginger also. Ginger is also the not the root, it's a stem. Okay. So that potato, what we eat, has the eyes. You might have seen, right? The small, small eyes will be there on the potatoes. Have you seen those eyes?
Yes, ma'am.
Those
Yes.
eyes, you can try this experiment at your home also. Like take any one potato with the eye part actually. They should have the eye. One small eye should be present on that potato. And cut that potato part along with that eye and insert them into the soil. Okay. And you will be able to see that after some days, like give little amount of water on daily basis to that soil. And after some days, you will be finding out that the root will start coming out of it. And slowly and gradually, that small bit of that potato will get converted into bunch of potatoes. So easily those can be grown at home also. The only thing is like we have to be, since give water to that plant, right? Otherwise it will not grow. So the eye part plays a very important role in division of that potatoes into so many potatoes. Same way with the ginger also. Gingers also have, you might have seen on the gingers, the small hair-like structures will be there, right? They are called as a rhizome. And those rhizomes, along with that small bit of ginger, when we take them and when we insert them into the soil, that plant will again start growing into the whole ginger plant. Fine. So this ginger we are eating, this potato we are eating, why? Because they are acting as a storage organ. Fine. So the whole amount of food, whatever is being prepared in the plant, in the potato plant or in the ginger plant, that is being stored in that part of it. That is why we call them as a storage organ. Fine. So potato is what? As a storage organ. The ginger is what? The kind of the storage organ where we will be taking them and eating them. Radish, carrot, they are the storage organ for the roots. Fine. Then turmeric, haldi, which we call as the turmeric haldi also. So that is also what? That is also the stem part of it. Fine. They are what? They are the storage organ where the food will be stored and directly we are taking them and eating them. Then some of the stems will also be used for the preparation of the food. Can you give me any example where the stems are being used to make the food?
Ma'am, potato is a stem.
Potatoes are the stem. They are the storage organ, right? Any
Yes,
gravy,
ma'am.
any kind of thing we are making by using the stem?
Beetroot.
Beetroot is not the example
No,
of that.
Ma'am, carrot.
Carrot is a root. Cactus. Yes, cactus actually. So cactus, what they will be doing?
Carrot.
Cactus have a stem, right? They will yes, Adya?
Carrot, ma'am, carrot.
Cactus. Carrot is root actually, Adya.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So in the cactus, you might be knowing that cactus have the leaves or not?
No, ma'am.
No, they do not have the leaves. Why they don't have the leaves? First of all, tell me that.
And they do not
Ma'am, their
have
leaves are.
to reduce the loss of water
Correct. To
Ma'am,
reduce
they
the
are
loss of the
reduced
water.
into spice.
instead of leaves.
Very good. They are reduced into the spine so that they can hold more amount of the water. Fine. So
And to
what
prevent
happens?
transpiration.
Yes, to prevent the transpiration also, so that the water loss cannot be there. Because if the leaf is there, definitely transpiration will happen. So if no leaves, then no transpiration process will be happening. So cactus, what they will be doing, they will be using the stem to prepare the food for the photosynthesis. But in the other plants, what do they use? They use the leaves, right? So leaves are the part where the food will be prepared, correct? The only plant or cactus is the plant where the food will be prepared in the stem rather than being prepared at the leaf side. Clear? So in the cactus, the food will be prepared through photosynthesis in the stem part, whereas in the other plants, the food will be prepared in the leaves part through the photosynthesis. Clear? Then some of the stems are also being used for the multiplication. I mean, like multiplication means to increase the number, right? So, like rose, if you cut the stem part of the rose and if you grow them, then from one plant you will be getting two plants, three plants, four plants. So, for that purpose, also these stems are being used. So, if we want to increase the number of any plant, then what we can do, we can just cut the stem part of it and we can insert in the soil, and then it will start growing. Then also for storage of water, whatever, like some of the plants are there who requires who does not have the water around. So for that, what they are doing, they're just storing the water like in the cactus also. So they're just storing the water, and then whenever it is required for them, they are drinking it. They are using it. Drinking means not actually drinking through the mouth, but yes, they are using it for the photosynthesis process. So these are some of the kind of the modification these stems will have. The storage of organ they will have the multiplication for multiplication, then for protection also, like cactus. Cactus have the spines or the thorns. The rose, they have the spines, they have the thorns. So why they are there? So as to protect them, right? Rose is very like beautiful flower. So they have the what? They have the thorns so that no animals can eat them. So for protection also, for storage of food also, for multiplication also, for storage of water also. So for such kind of the functions, for such kind of the reasons, they are being modified. They have the spines on them, they have the thorns on them, either the leaves are being inserted or modified into the stem to store water so as not to, so as to prevent the transpiration, or maybe directly to prepare the food they have, all these things. Fine, children? Yes, children? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is about the
Ma'am.
stem part of it. All right. Now, this part we will be writing maybe in the next class about the stem. We'll go to the next one, which is Adya, Bhavesh, Neha, and Trilokya. Is vacation going on for you?
Ma'am? Yes,
Our
ma'am.
vacations. Okay, Adya.
Ma'am, from tomorrow, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Multiplication
holidays.
has started.
From
Holidays.
tomorrow. Oh, holidays is going on.
Ma'am, from
So,
tomorrow my
I'm in my uncle's house.
ma'am, from tomorrow my vacations are started. ma'am.
okay, I think that's why Bhavesh
Nagar.
is somewhere else. Trilokya is somewhere else.
I'm in Dilshuk Nagar.
Where it is?
I'm Dilshuk Nagar.
Where it is?
And
Hyderabad
it's in
only.
Hyderabad only. It's a part of Hyderabad only.
Okay. Because
Like,
earlier your background used to be something else and now it is something else. That's why I thought like, yes. Okay. So, shall we keep one class tomorrow then at 11? Because as I already mentioned you last week that I won't be available for almost a week. Fine. So next week I won't be there on 14th and I won't be there on 20th also.
Ma'am, 11 o'clock.
Yeah, 11. If it is okay for you.
It's okay, ma'am. I have all this
I
continuous.
think I will not be free at that time.
Why? What do
Because
you have, Bhavesh, during that time?
I'm like everyone like something. Everyone will be active.
Okay. So, in that case, can we keep it at 3:30?
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Fine. 3:30 will be fine. Fine.
Yes.
And
Okay, ma'am.
confirmation of tomorrow's class, I'll send you tonight in the group. Okay. Maybe I should not have any other plan. Okay. So tonight, around somewhere 9 or 10 o'clock, I'll be posting the message. If the class is there, I will be posting the message that tomorrow class will be there. on so and so time. And if no class will be there, my class, then I will not be posting the message. Okay. So
Okay.
if I am keeping, I will be keeping at 3:30.
Ma'am, 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock, I won't be available.
Okay.
Generally between 1 to 3, I will not be available. Okay. Okay. So next one is next part is about the leaves. Very, very, very important part because the whole plant is depending on the leaf for the photosynthesis process for making the food, right? That food is being eaten by us in the different forms, in the different ways and all. And not only by us, by the other plants, by the other animals also, they are taking them, right? So their structure is very, very important. What structure do they have? What are the different parts they have?
Veins, venation.
Yeah, veins they have, which will have the different venations in them. Yes, then
Ma'am, midrib.
midrib, very good. Trilocya, midrib they will have. Then apart from
Leaf
that,
blade. Leaf blade.
leaf
Leaf
blade they
blade.
will have. Correct, right? Then starting with P.
Petiole.
Correct. Petiole. Parallel venation is about the venation only. Petiole they
Ma'am,
will have. Midrib, yes. Then the margins. The sides actually they will have, right? Those are the side. Like in the copy also we are drawing the margins, right? Same way in the leaves also they will have the margins in them. Okay. Then apart from that, one more thing we have discussed in the first topic of the class, something about the top. What are present
Ma'am,
on the top? Apical birds. Okay, what do they have? They have the apical birds coming out from that stem. Fine. From the petiole and from the stem, the place where the petiole and the stem will be connected from, there a small apical bird will be coming out. And because of that, the growth of the plant will be there. Fine. So, yes, I'll be showing you first of all a video related to this and then we'll be moving ahead. So, okay, I'll share my screen again. Is my screen visible, children? Again?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so the structure of a leaf we will be discussing now.
Plants are special because they do not have to look for food as they make their own food. They take up nutrients from the soil through their roots and the stems carry them up to the leaves, which ultimately prepare the food. Though leaves of different plants are different, they have some common features like midrib, margin, veins, leaf apex, leaf stalk, veinlets, and petiole. The petiole
See,
is a short
the main
length
stem is there, and from the main stem, small petioles will be coming out. They will not be so long in the length, but yes, definitely they will be short.
of stem that joins the leaf to the main stem. Leaves come in all shapes and sizes, but they all have one function in common. They prepare food for the plant. Most leaves are green, thin, and flat. The green color of the leaf is due to the presence of a substance called chlorophyll. The leaves are flat and thin, so they can trap as much sunlight as possible. If they were thick, all the cells wouldn't be able to get much sunlight or carbon dioxide, but they would still need to have food. The midrib and veinlets keep the leaf firm and exposed to the sun. If we observe a leaf section under a microscope, we will find small pores on the undersurface of the leaf. These pores are called stomata. The stomata help to absorb gases from the air and also give out gases. We can also call the leaves the lungs of the plant. The leaves trap the energy in sunlight using chlorophyll. This energy is used to make sugar from carbon dioxide, which they get through their stomata, and water, which is absorbed by the roots. The process is called photosynthesis. Photo is derived from a Greek word phos, meaning light. Synthesis means
So basically what happened, a photo is generally called as a light and synthesis means to combine. So in this photosynthesis process, the few things will be combining, like the carbon dioxide, then you have the water, carbon dioxide, water, then sunlight, the chlorophyll, all these four things will combine together and they make something new, right? So that is how the process photosynthesis it is called as. Photo means light and synthesis means to combine. And once the light and these few things combined together, what do? They will be forming the food.
putting together. Photosynthesis can take place only in the presence of the sun and hence during the day only. As the plants prepare their food, they produce oxygen gas. This gas is released into the air. This way, the green plants purify the air. Let's do an activity. Take a small potted plant of tulsi. Keep it inside a room, away from sunlight. Water it daily. Observe what happens to its leaves after a week. The leaves are not green.
So this is actually very common, right? Very common experiment. This is like anyhow, most of the plants need the water. If you do not give them the water and the sunlight, then the color of them, that particular plant will get this color. Same way, what they have done in this experiment, they have taken the tulsi plant and they have kept it in the like dark area where no sunlight. And slowly and gradually, day by day, the color of that tulsi plant will get, from the dark green to the light green and then to the yellow and then they will fall down, right? So it is important that each and every plant should get the enough amount of the light. They should get enough amount of the water according to the requirement. Fine, children? So tomorrow, if I'm keeping the class, it will be at 3:30 as we have discussed now, 3:30 or 3:15 somewhere. And if not, then we'll plan some other day. But yes, definitely on 14th and 20th, I'm not there, but I will be arranging someone else. Like, maybe I'll ask Sanjana ma'am to take the class. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Either Sanjana ma'am, either Sangeeta ma'am, any one teacher will be available in my absence. Okay, children then. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.